Computer boot sequence initiated. Accessing library computer data. NCC 10535. Starship Tempest.
A man, young and fierce-looking, enters a room full of machinery, clearly Romulan in design. On the far side of the room lies a sophisticated torpedo-sized piece of machinery. The man creeps up to it, pulls some equipment from a small bag, and attaches it to the torpedo. Taking one last glance around to make sure he's alone, he taps the equipment, and both he and the torpedo vanish in the shimmer of a transporter beam. A moment later, a Romulan guard enters the room, his weapon drawn. He sees the torpedo is missing, and his face falls in shock. He turns on his heels and starts running back the way he came, calling out to the other Romulans as he goes.
Space. The final frontier. These are the missions of the starship Tempest. Set between Captains Kirk and Picard, four friends stumble their way through their first role-playing game as the crew of this Federation starship, exploring strange new worlds, keeping peace in the galaxy, defending their keyboards from kids and cats, and going clumsily, if not boldly, where no one has gone before. Stardate 16232.0. We are headed to the Angosia system to meet Dr. Ganner Turan, the lead scientist in an Angosian effort to develop a new powerful class of torpedo. We'll be assisting in a demonstration of this technology, part of an effort on their behalf to gain membership into the Federation. But Starfleet intelligence has concerns that the Romulans may know about and intend to steal the device. The crew is on alert and ready to provide whatever security measures are necessary to ensure that there is no unauthorized access to this potential weapon.
So this mission is called That Which is Unknown. The Angosian government, a planet, has invited Starfleet to witness a demonstration of a new torpedo technology that they've been developing. The Angosians have expressed interest in joining the Federation, but they're currently involved in a conflict with the Tarsians, and so they can't join until that conflict is resolved. But they know that, they understand that, and they're developing this new torpedo technology as part of that conflict, and they still want to demonstrate this technology to Starfleet and the Federation as kind of a demonstration of goodwill. So they have invited Starfleet.
That seems like a very particular a demonstration of bad will. Like, check out how good I can beat up this other planet.
The Angosians are definitely fighting in self-defense. They are a peaceful culture by their nature. So this technology is definitely in their self-defense, and it's kind of a demonstration on their part of saying, hey, we could be valuable. We're an intellectual culture. We're scientifically advanced. So this is what we could contribute to the Federation if we were granted membership. So you have traveled, or the Tempest has traveled to the Angosian system, and you are meeting Dr. Ganner Turan. So
if you can't pronounce it, then we sure can't. What was that again?
Ganner Turan.
Ganner Turan.
Ganner Turan.
Dr. Turan.
Yeah.
Turan.
So you can just call him Dr.
Turan.
Turan. And he's actually, he's in the Angosian military. He's what's kind of like a colonel or captain equivalent. Their rank is a prime Hadar. And so he is the chief scientist on this torpedo project. So you arrive at the planet, and Dr. Turan beams up to the ship. Basically, he says, okay, Captain, we're going to need to transport the torpedo aboard, and then we need to transport it to this derelict freighter further out into space. And then once the Tempest retreats to a safe distance, then we will detonate the torpedo, get some readings on its effectiveness, and hopefully you can see, what good engineers and good scientists we are. However, Captain, he says, in order to figure out the best distance for the Tempest to be, in other words, the widest distance that is safe but as close as possible for the best results of observing the test, I'm going to need your shield frequency readings. So if I can get those, Captain, then we can figure out the best distance for the Tempest to witness the test, and then we can get underway.
Yeah, red flag right there.
Red flag.
Yeah.
I need an adult.
Captain, as your chief of security, I'm going to suggest that we study this torpedo before we bring it aboard, and also not give them our shield frequency.
What he basically just said is, hey, I'd like to bring a bomb on board your ship. Can I learn how to deactivate your defenses? Thanks, bye.
Yeah. Nope.
Captain, he sort of sighs. This is rather annoying to him. He says, Captain, if you don't want to give it to me until...
you have no idea how annoying it is to us.
If you don't want to give that information to me until after we've transported the torpedo onto the derelict freighter, that's fine. We can handle that first. Why don't we first run a simulation on your computer system, and I can show you what our simulations at least have shown before we do the full test itself. Would that satisfy your XO and your chief of security?
Well, I can't speak for them, but it wouldn't satisfy me. But at least it's a starting point. So let's go ahead and run with the simulations.
Okay. To run the simulated tests, do a reason plus engineering task with a difficulty of 4.
Okay.
Either, the chief engineer or the XO.
I got a 14.
I have a 16 in that.
All right, that sounds like a Holden thing.
It's a difficulty 4?
Yeah,
difficulty 4.
So it's a very complex simulation of this new torpedo technology that uses a singularity core. So there's a whole bunch of quantum physics involved. If anybody has like a quantum physics focus, they can use that.
I got warp field dynamics and...
Nope.
All right.
All right. Goodspeed can help me on this, correct?
Yes, I can.
Yes, he can assist if he wants.
I do.
Okay, so again, I'm looking back at the Roll20 sheet. I'm doing task roll with how many selected? Like 2? If I'm rolling
2 to
2
start
dice?
with, but you'll need at least 4 successes to succeed at the task.
So I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 momentum to get 4 dice. And I would suggest Goodspeed also use a momentum to get an extra die as well.
Yeah, so we'll be down to 4 momentum total,
Correct.
and I'll roll 2 dice.
So, okay, go ahead and roll.
Holden with 2 successes.
All right.
Ooh.
Goodspeed with 1 success. So that is less than 4.
So much for that.
Yep, so that's only 3, and you needed 4.
Well, you are an engineer, so...
So I have to self-destruct the ship now?
So the simulation still goes fine. It goes exactly
Excuse
as...
me, Brian. I believe this is my purview. All hands, abandon ship! Repeat! All hands, abandon ship!
Okay, for the second time, this is just a simulation in the computer.
Stand down from red alert.
So basically, the computer gave you a result, and you started running away from the console.
All
at full
hands,
speed toward the
abandon
escape
simulator!
pod.
Repeat! All hands.
Sir.
Oh, as you were.
Sir, it says syntax error. Should we evacuate?
Yeah.
Okay, so the computer simulation still plays out the test, and the test goes exactly the way Dr. Turan said it would. You guys, because you didn't succeed at the roll, you can't really make get a lot of insight out of the detail of the test itself. You can tell that the torpedo has an interesting power signature source to it, but that's about it. But the actual simulation itself goes perfectly according to plan. So Dr. Turan says, Captain, there's the simulation. Can we bring the torpedo aboard and take it over to the derelict freighter for the test?
Dr. Turan, is there a reason why we can't transport this directly to the freighter?
Yes, because the tachyon radiation emanating from the...
Whoa, tachyon.
Yes. Well, it is singularity.
Oh,
Singularity.
jeez. Here we go again.
Yeah, more tachyons again. The torpedo does generate radiation that disrupts the transporter, so it does have to be carried over physically.
Okay, well, if it's being carried over physically, can whatever is carrying it over stay outside the ship and just kind of ride along with us? And then we eventually...
I mean, the derelict freighter is deep into the edge of the solar system, so that would take... Guys, I understand your concern. I understand that this is, untested technology, unfamiliar technology for you, but I guarantee you that this is safe. It won't be armed until We put it on the derelict freighter itself. This is very routine and by the book. I promise that nothing will go wrong.
Prime High Turan, we mean no disrespect. If you wouldn't mind, I would like to have a conference with you and my doctor in the ready room, if that's agreeable.
And he's starting to get visibly impatient at this point. Go ahead and do a
Star Trek:
plus-
The Office Adventures.
do a command plus presence, difficulty 1 for me, Captain.
I mean, really, we should just take it and go.
No, I like this part. I succeed.
Okay, so he takes a deep breath, kind of calms himself for a minute, and goes, "Fine, Captain. If that is what you need, then let's go ahead and get it over with."
Dr. Teal, would you join us in my ready room, please?
Of course.
And so we move into the ready room.
And I go to hold it. I'm like, top of the line models are the only ones that can even talk.
Okay, so we're in the ready room now. The Captain, Dr. Turan, and Dr. Teal.
And I can tell that the captain definitely dragged me into the ready room to get a feel on this dude.
And also,
Okay.
and again, I like to point this out, I have very good
Team dynamics?
character. No, goddamn.
Character assessment is what you're going to say, right?
Character assessment. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
so this is why I brought her and myself into a room together so we can get
To assess
away
his
from
character.
Holden.
Hey, now.
No. Dr. Turan, would you like a drink? We can synthesize anything from your planet that you might enjoy.
I'm really not thirsty, Captain. I would rather just get back to my work and get on with this.
Dr. Turan, I hope you can understand our concerns. You're asking us to bring an untested weapon of undesignated power aboard our ship, and then you ask for our defense frequency modulations. So you can understand my hesitation in that request.
Certainly I do, Captain, but may I remind you that Starfleet has ordered you here specifically for this purpose. They already understand the nature of this test and are interested in seeing the results, and you are here as their representatives. I don't understand where this reluctance is coming from now. All I can do is assure you that I have nothing but the utmost concern for the safety and welfare of your ship during this test. I need that shield's modulation
Get him,
data
Teal.
to ensure the safety of your ship and to make sure it is in as little danger as possible. I don't understand why this is such a difficult issue.
Yes, Starfleet has approved that. But out here, the primary concern of the captain is its ship and crew. Regardless of Starfleet's motivations, when it comes to the ship, I have the final say. And I am not going to authorize any such action until I am 100% convinced there is minimal risk to my ship and crew.
Fine, fair enough, Captain. What can I do to convince you?
Have a drink with me.
Our captain's a lush.
I will defer to whatever
I found this great bottle
think
of
is-
wine from our last mission. It's so bad. You want to try it, dude?
Is it Chateau Picard?
No, it's Chateau Zane Knoll.
Is this where we find out that all Angosians are horribly allergic to alcohol?
Okay, so he agrees to have a drink. Are you guys, probing him for
I'm trying
his
to get
true
I'm-
intentions, or
Correct.
to-
I'm trying to get
Yeah.
a feel for him, and I'm presuming that Dr. Teal is using her empathic abilities.
Right.
is doing? Yeah. So either or both of you give me an insight plus command task with a difficulty of 3.
I am
Insight and
I have-
command would be 14 for me.
same here. You go ahead and roll, and I'll assist. How many momentum we have? We have 4 momentum right now.
You have 4.
Okay.
All right. Also,
Okay.
I can say I'm using a focus, right?
Which one?
I have diplomacy.
Ooh.
I have
Yeah,
Um,
I'd say that works.
composure.
Composure.
No, I don't think it, because what you're doing right now is specifically trying to use your empathic senses.
Yeah, right.
So diplomacy and composure wouldn't work in those.
All right.
But my focus of character assessment absolutely would.
Oh, but
Yes,
yours
I will
does,
give you
yeah.
that.
Okay.
Okay. So I roll this. 2 successes and 1 fail.
So for clarification, we are rolling to determine whether or not he is being deceitful.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to roll now my 2 dice and insight and command, and I got a critical success.
Ooh.
Okay. So that's 2 successes, along with Dr. Teal's 2, and it was a difficulty 3. So, yes, together you are definitely getting a fishy vibe from this guy.
Yeah.
He is not giving you the whole story. There's something that he is holding back, but what that is, you can't necessarily pinpoint yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Dr. Turan, I appreciate you coming and talking with the doctor and myself. If you don't mind, I would like to confer with the rest of my senior staff, and I will send for you in 1 hour.
Very well, Captain. Do you have a bar or some sort of recreation area I can wait in?
Yes, you will be escorted to quarters, and you can have any libations you want from our synthesizer technology.
Thank you, Captain.
Synthesizer? Did I really just say synthesizer? Can I do?
Yeah, you said
Can I do that
synthesizer.
again, or should we just roll with it?
Nope.
It only creates large electronic keyboards.
I hope he's in there playing songs.
Yeah, Turan's just going to be jamming away on an 80s guitar.
Dr. Turan laying down tracks.
All right.
Holden, Goodspeed, report to the Ready Room, please.
Turan walks out, is replaced by Holden and Goodspeed. Is Teal sticking around, or is she going somewhere
No,
else?
she's a senior officer.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Okay.
I have to tell them about the future. I have to tell them.
Hold on. Lieutenant Doe, if you could stop chewing grass for 1 minute and escort our guest to his quarters, please.
Okay. Whatever you say, Captain.
Thank you. And remember, your hoof covers... Ugh.
Okay.
Oh, God.
All right, go ahead, guys.
Dr. Teal, you want to bring them up to speed?
Yeah, so I certainly don't trust this guy. There's something he's not telling us, and he has a sense of urgency that is unsettling to me.
And I got a, one might call a fishy vibe from him.
Like a trout or a salmon.
And the Angosians are not a fish-based species, so that is definitely out of the
That
ordinary.
is definitely weird.
Holden, what's your take?
I'm always sort of risk adverse personally, so if it wasn't so far away, I would suggest that we just take a shuttle out there. I mean, how long would it take for us to take a shuttle and just load it on a shuttle and fly it that way?
Inconveniently long.
All right.
It would take like the better part of 2 days to do it by impulse.
Okay, so my suggestion would be if we have to take it, then we can just put it in the cargo bay with a ridiculous amount of force fields around it.
Could we tow
And
it?
I already had that idea. Nobody liked that idea. I don't like anybody.
Nobody liked that idea. Oh, well, what do I know?
Yeah, so so basically the situation here is the torpedo prototype is on the planet. They want to shuttle it up to the ship, and then the ship is going to take it kind of way out at the edge of the solar system, put it on a derelict freighter, and then run the test from there. So the amount of distances involved would just take a shuttlecraft a long time to do.
Okay. Commander Goodspeed, what are your thoughts?
How pissed will our management be if we don't do this? Like, are you going to get yelled at a little or yelled at, like, a lot?
How pissed is Brian going to be?
I'm going to get yelled at a lot. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we bring him back here to the ready room in front of all of us, and we tell him we are willing to execute every aspect of his plan with the exception of giving him our shield modulation frequencies.
I mean, he's already offered to do that, but we can do that.
Did he already do that? Did I miss that part?
He offered to wait until we put it on the derelict, so...
Yeah, can't we just hide behind a planet when it comes time for, them to blow something up?
I don't know. Okay.
No, we want to be close to get readings on it.
Can we put our sensors on a small shuttlecraft, unmanned, and act as a relay?
Ooh, we could launch a probe.
Can we launch a
Ooh,
probe?
that's a good one.
We got so many. We got like stacks of
You
probes.
could, but the ratings won't be as good without using the Tempest sensor array herself.
Okay.
Do you think maybe he has some kind of ulterior motive, like he wants to blow up something specific and he's using this test as a way to do it?
Yeah, it turns out this derelict freighter is a nursery school.
Whoa!
Oh, wow, that went dark real
That got
fast.
dark.
Oh, man.
Hey, Angosians, man, Angosians.
Real bad.
All right, let me test these waters. Captain Maddox to Dr. Turan.
Yes, go ahead, Captain.
Would you please join us in our ready room?
He is so annoyed.
You just sent me out of here.
I just got to the quarters.
It's been an hour.
I'm sorry. I know you just got there, and it sounds like you're enjoying the synthesizers, but your presence is required in the ready room.
Yes, Captain.
If he wasn't going to sabotage us before, he might now.
Yeah. Also, like, how old is this man? Because he sounds cantankerous.
He's not that old. You guys are just really annoying.
We're bothering the shit out of him. Okay.
That's right.
He's in his 50s, early 50s maybe.
He's probably just annoyed because we've spent 20 minutes trying to see if we even accept the initial premise of this episode.
So he comes all the way back up to the captain's ready room. He enters. He looks across kind of all of you, trying to get a sense of where this is about to go. But he doesn't say anything. He waits for the captain to say something.
All right, Dr. Turan, I agree to every one of the parameters of this experiment with the exception of our shield frequencies.
If that's your condition, then fine. Can we please just get on with this and get the torpedo aboard and get this test underway, please?
As you wish. All right, so we all get up, we go back to the bridge, and who is it to?
I guess, well, whoever wants to, but control plus engineering task with a difficulty of 1 to bring the prototype aboard the vessel. So somebody has to fly a shuttle down and bring the shuttle back up with the torpedo on
I'll
the
do it. I'll do it.
Somebody's got to go down there.
Somebody's got to go down there.
I would.
We all look at good speed.
I'll do it. I got 2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So that is easy. Plus you get a point of momentum back.
Right?
Hey.
So we're up to 5.
While he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start setting up a secure location for the torpedo.
Okay.
I would say we should evacuate the nearby cabins from wherever we're putting this thing.
So my idea is to put it in the cargo bay and then surround it with some force fields as well as some like jamming signals so that no outside communications or anything can get through to it anyway, just in
That's a
case
good
something
idea.
was to do it.
And put a canvas sheet over it.
Yeah, that too.
Tarp.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna wrap it in cellophane like they do with luggage at an airport.
And lots of bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holden, do a control plus engineering difficulty 2 for me to signify that whole process.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, all right.
Failed
Apparently,
miserably.
we
Not
need
doing
to
any of that.
update our training policies.
And you dropped the torpedo and you jammed it with a penknife.
So you try to set up some force fields, but the radiation, the weird quantum readings coming off the torpedo interfere with the force fields that you set up. And they're active, but you're honestly not quite sure how well of a job they would actually do if anything happens.
Hold into Maddox.
Go ahead.
I just want to let you know that the radiation coming off of this torpedo is a little wonky. Not 100% sure that the force fields that we put in place are going to contain it all that well, so I would just suggest that we try to get to the derelict ship to get it off our ship quickly, please.
Acknowledged. Lieutenant Doe, with alacrity, please.
The Ariatans don't actually have a word for alacrity in their language, so...
No, I believe the word you're looking for is deer.
Deer, right, okay.
Just tell them to run like through a prairie.
Yes, that's what alacrity means. Run as if from a predator.
Okay, so now that the torpedo prototype is aboard, you guys are going to fly to the coordinates of the derelict freighter deep on the edge of the border of the Angosian solar system. Let's see.
Sir, we should scan the derelict freighter. before we stick a bomb on it?
You don't have
You
to
guys are
get permission
paranoid
to
as all
scan
hell.
something.
I'm gonna scan the freighter since we're coming up on it.
That's all fun and games. So one of your scans set off a bomb one day. You sound like a guy who hasn't had that happen.
So go ahead and do a control plus science, assisted by the ship's sensors and science.
Okay, that should be Tara,
Okay.
but I can help her, correct?
You can, and also remember the ship is helping because she's doing a scan with the ship.
Okay.
I'll roll for the ship.
So Holden will roll for the ship, I will roll for me, and Teal also rolls.
What was the difficulty?
2.
2, and I do have science as a focus.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Nice.
That.
And hey, and I have team dynamics, guys. Eh?
What is the ship rolling? Sensors and science?
Correct.
Okay.
Brian, do I get to help with team dynamics?
No, you can't use team dynamics.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Boom.
Looks like we're getting all this. Oh!
Okay, so what did you guys roll?
The ship rolled a 2.
Ooh, 2's all around.
Yikes.
I should re-roll again because I should only roll 1 dice. My apologies. So here we go. I got a success.
All right.
So you guys got 5 successes.
Cool.
All right, so that brings all of your momentum back up to 8. Okay, so you run a hell of a scan on this freighter.
Good job, Teal.
Yeah.
You just know every nut and bolt of this derelict freighter, and it is exactly what it looks like.
It is exactly a derelict freighter.
well,
Yes, there is nothing special about it. Just a regular old freighter that's been decommissioned.
Well, now we know.
better safe than sorry.
All right. Good speed, or should I take the torpedo over to the derelict freighter?
I'll take it. Fine.
So do a control plus con with a difficulty of 1.
Control plus con with a difficulty.
I'm so sorry, but I have to be.
You're on an open channel.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Teal, nobody ever goes to the bathroom in Star Trek.
Well, they should.
Breaking the immersion.
I think
P is control plus medicine.
I think Space Body would be a really interesting episode. So.
Space body.
All hands. Teal is peeing.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
So wait, what was the difficulty there? I clicked the button, but don't look at that roll.
Difficulty 1. So what'd you roll?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll make the real roll now because I wasn't aware. So I rolled a 2 successes.
Okay. So you're full up of momentum, but you succeed, so...
He does some fancy flying.
Yeah, you do a little barrel roll just for kicks.
That's not a
halfway
good
between-
idea. I have a torpedo.
You deliver the torpedo without any incident, a very boring flyover. And now
Okay.
to take the torpedo off of the shuttlecraft and put it on the freighter, do a control plus engineering with a difficulty of 1.
Okay.
Is he doing this by himself, or does he have a crew?
Yeah, I was gonna say if I knew that we were gonna have to like roll to move it off of the shuttle, I probably would have went with him. But it's a difficulty 1. I'm sure he'll be fine.
We can say that a supporting character is with him if you want.
Guys, don't worry. I just rolled and I got 2 successes. I'm a great torpedo putter honor.
Yes.
Good work.
So you have an anti-grav little sled with you that makes it very simple, straightforward one-person job. You take it off. You fly back to the Tempest without incident, and the torpedo is now safely delivered to the derelict freighter.
Hooray! We
Yay!
beat the whole scenario.
Good job,
We
team.
win.
Let's get drinks.
So as a side thing, Brian, your assumption was that this was going to take about 5 minutes. 10 minutes for us to
my
get to this
assumption that this was going to take 5 or 10 minutes?
point? Yeah, for the amount of time that you were like waiting for us to get this to this point in the story. Like
Yeah,
we should have
pretty
been at
much.
this point in about 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, I was not expecting a 45-minute debate about
intention?
whether or not to scan the
Welcome
the
to
derelict
being
freighter.
a GM.
Yeah, but the torpedo is now delivered safely to the derelict freighter. Dr. Turan comes to the captain once again and says, "Okay, Captain, you've scanned the freighter, you've looked at the torpedo, we ran the simulation. I just want to make sure the Tempest is as safe as possible. Are you satisfied?"
Captain, I don't see anything terrible with the idea of giving him the shield modulation since we can always change it. But on the flip side, if we are worried about ulterior motives, we can simply run the test, and we know the yield. We ran a simulation. We can always back the ship up It may not be optimal for all of the data gathering, but it'll keep the ship safe, and we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Right. Okay. Haddock, Prime Haddock Torin.
Yeah.
Right?
Or Doctor. You just call him Dr. Torrent, but yeah.
He didn't go to the military academy to be called doctor.
Prime Haddock Torin, we are ready to commence with the procedure.
Are you giving me the shield modulation data or not?
We're going to give you the field modulation frequencies, correct?
All right.
How
I will...
are Angosians always this exasperated?
No, they're really not.
Are humans always this annoying?
You're not even all human.
Yeah, some of us are woodland creatures.
All right. So I'm going to say that this is now a new scene. We're now moving on to the actual test itself. So you give him the shield modulation data. He applies that to towards his simulation, towards all of his data. And he tells you that the Tempest needs to be at a safe viewing distance of approximately 100,000 kilometers. And why don't you have somebody, either Doe or whoever, do a control plus con difficulty of 1 to safely pilot the ship to the correct distance.
Ensign Doe, with alacrity, please.
I just rolled for Doe. I got 2 successes.
All right, so you get that momentum back from the scene changing. And you guys are now at a safe distance to witness the test. And as you reach the distance of 100,000 kilometers, 3 Klingon birds of prey decloak.
Yeah, here we go.
Come on.
So all 3 of them decloak and basically do an attack pass on the Tempest, but one of them breaks off.
Holden, change the shield frequency
Hang on,
now.
Before you can change the shield frequency, they get a shot off.
Why? This is why we don't trust people.
For all your complaining, Brian.
Ugh.
Congratulations.
Especially-
Every mission from here on is going to take 5.5
I
hours.
know. You did this to yourself.
We're going to lovingly explore the bureaucracy of Starfleet.
He's shady. No.
I am gonna write a strongly worded letter to the Admiralty.
I said he
Okay.
had
Right.
a sense of urgency.
And I also told you he was hiding something.
First officer's personal log. The thing I thought was gonna happen happened.
Whoa, that's.
Whoa, wait a minute. Like, what?
What?
Did we just get clobbered?
No, sorry, that was.
Disruptors up close and
Those
vicious.
are the best disruptors I've ever seen.
Nice shooting, Tex.
That was the Star
Apparently,
Trek
you're rolling for
equivalent.
destroying all of the Federation in one fell
We just run Wolf 359 right here.
And the Tempest is destroyed.
Thank you for listening to Star Trek Tempest.
So we're disregarding that roll because I accidentally clicked that before I clicked the task itself, so you can ignore that.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry.
Thank God, because that was awful.
Okay, so this is what's happening. 3 Klingon birds of prey have decloaked. One of them made an immediate B run for the derelict freighter with the torpedo prototype on board. The other 2 are closing in on the Tempest and attacking. Both of them are going to get an attack off before the Tempest can respond. So the first one just did an attack. It fired its disruptors, but it missed.
Well, that's a difference.
Yeah, we still have a show.
And now the other one is going to make its task, and it definitely does succeed. So it fires its disruptors. It does 0 points of damage.
Hooray!
However,
Oh.
they somehow managed to penetrate your shields as if they weren't even there. It's almost like they knew your shield modulation frequency. So as a result, it did 5 points of damage and caused a breach. They were targeting your engines, so your engines have suffered a breach. And now they're going to circle around for another pass.
I will note that while Holden was setting his shields, I performed an unarmed strike against the Angosian. I punched him.
How Holden-esque
I
of
punched
you.
him, and I got 2 successes on punching him in the face.
Didn't you just backhand him?
No, I punched him.
Hang on. I'm gonna ask you this legit question. Did you actually do that, or is it a joke?
Yes, I actually punched him.
I like it.
Okay.
I punched him.
You gave him a nice right cross,
Yeah.
right in the jaw,
Yeah.
So wait, before
and
we
he takes-
actually do that,
Nope.
we
Nope.
should redo. I'm assuming we're in ship-to-ship combat now,
Yes.
and the way that works is each one of essentially the main characters goes through an action.
Correct.
So like each of us would have to do an action and decide what we're going to do within this battle.
Yes. So,
My action was punching.
so
Okay, I'm just checking to make sure because you get one action.
So the way ship combat works is every ship has a scale. The Tempest is a scale 5, so that means it gets 5 actions, 5 independent actions. They do have to be different ones, so you can't just fire the phasers 5 times.
I call punching.
we got it.
Goodspeed has chosen his action to be to
We
punch
were
Dr.
not
Turan,
arguing
so
for you
guys-
not to do that at any point in this conversation.
We support your punching.
That's good, because that was going to work.
So you guys now have 4 actions to actually deal with the birds of prey that are attacking you.
One of our tactical maneuvers was to punch an Angosian in the face.
He really went all Will Riker on it.
If you guys, I assume you guys are awesome and you can handle the ships with your 4 moves. I used my move. I am not sad about it. And the only reason I punched the Angosian is I can't punch the narrator.
Okay. So you guys have 4 actions to deal with these birds of prey however
Okay.
you like. I
Hey, Brian.
presume one of them will be remodulating the shields, if that's in fact what you want to do.
Brian, can I ask a mechanic question?
Sure.
Can I punch the narrator?
No, you cannot.
Okay, thank you. That's my question.
So one situational question, Brian. The two birds of prey that are attacking us, are they between us and the derelict ship?
Yes. So, yeah, there's 2 Klingon birds of prey between you and the derelict freighter, and the 3rd Klingon bird of prey is closer to the freighter.
But they're so small.
They are very small. Nice Star Trek 8 reference.
Fire anything we have?
Fire everything.
Captain, I suggest we modulate the shields.
So be it.
Control plus engineering difficulty 3, Holden.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and use a momentum.
Okay.
Is the shield or the ship is helping? Yes.
Yes. And that would be engineering plus computers, yeah.
All right. 2 successes for Holden and 1 success for the
Nice.
ship.
Okay,
Well done.
so you succeeded that task. You have
I
now
get the momentum back.
remodulated your shield frequencies. Your shields are now back up, and the Klingon birds of prey won't be able to fire through your shields anymore.
All right, Captain. I suggest we detonate the experimental torpedo immediately.
What risk is there to the ship?
Well, we supposedly are at a safe distance, but also the 3 Klingon birds of prey are much closer.
Ooh, that's a good one. Do it.
Do it.
Okay. Now you guys are in combat, so you have 1 action
so-
each. Goodspeed and Holden have both taken their actions.
Damn right I did.
So you have 3 actions left.
So either the captain or
Teal.
Teal.
Yeah.
Teal makes sense.
All right, what do I have to do? Logan, start it first.
So you're going to attempt to detonate the torpedo.
Oh boy.
So that's going to be a control and engineering task difficulty 3.
But it's control and engineering.
Yep.
I don't think anybody wants me to do that.
Well, if
my
Goodspeed
engineering
hadn't
is a
spent
1.
his turn punching a dude,
Oh no.
you might be a little better off. But
Oh,
this is the
no.
situation you're in.
I'm
All
way
right,
better off.
Can I use a momentum here?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You'll have to do it.
So I just roll 4.
How many do we have?
So we should have full, right? We have 8.
Yeah, Tara.
7 because Holden just
All
used
right,
one.
so we have 7 successes. Is that right?
You have 7 momentum at the moment. So I'm going to spend 3 threats.
You do realize the show ends if we get destroyed, right?
I'm going to use 3 threat to make it a difficulty 5.
Okay, so I should use 2 momentum to roll 5.
All right. So what is your control and what is it? Engineering or security? Which one is it?
He said control and engineering.
Control and engineering. What?
Control and engineering is 9.
All right.
Yeah, you are not going to be able to pass.
Mine's
this thing, so
mine's
do something
13.
else.
Can I jump in and take her turn?
Yeah, you can go instead.
But you would
yeah.
just be taking your turn.
But that will be your turn.
No, I understand. It's just 13's better than 9. So I leap across the control panel, and there's debris flying everywhere. And I shove an ensign out of the way. And then I start pounding away on the console. And then I look over and I say, Teal, get over here! And
I'm right here.
Okay, fine.
She's already at the console.
You don't have to yell.
And how many momentum do we have? We have 7 left?
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. I'm going to spend 3.
So I also roll 3.
You roll 1 because you're assisting. And what does the ship roll, Brian?
The ship would roll computers plus engineering.
Oof.
And the ship
doesn't
does not succeed, so.
Okay.
I rolled 1 critical success and 2 successes for a total of 4 plus 1 critical failure.
I had 1 success, 1 fail.
And the ship had fail.
Okay.
So that's
So-
still 5 successes total.
So you have 5 successes, so you don't get any momentum back, but you do succeed at the task. But you also have a complication.
We're going to give you a threat.
He's my tactical officer. I'm listening to him.
Yep.
So I know that I can give you the option of complication versus threat, but can I not give you the choice, which I don't know.
Since we played
But-
last time, like you gave us the option, I'd say we continue until we verify the rule.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Um,
So can we just all agree that me dramatically leaping over the consoles with debris flying everywhere was awesome?
Yeah. Let's get a win. Come on. The experimental torpedo goes off.
Yeah, so now what happens? Did we get the Klingons with
Brian.
Did we win? Did we make a difference?
it? Do we win?
Well, we had to at least take out that lead ship. I mean, at a minimum.
yes. So you guys got 5 successes, but a critical failure on one of them, so you gave me the threat. You do succeed at the difficulty 5 task of remote detonating the torpedo. The torpedo was on the Klingon bird of prey that was attempting to steal it. So the torpedo detonates there, but the bird of prey's shields were already up. So it does not do a full detonation in the sense that it cripples the bird of prey. It goes dead in space. There is an enormous amount now of radiation coming off of the Klingon ship, and the other 2 birds of prey are still attacking you.
Question.
Yes.
Like, this was a real torpedo, yes? Like, it was like an actual weapon. Mm-hmm. It went off...
It was a prototype, yeah.
It went off inside their ship. Like, even if their shields were up, like, how would that only make it half detonate inside their own ship?
The ship is crippled. The ship is essentially a dead Hulk in space now, but it is still in one piece.
I'm going to have to regretfully side with Brian because of Star Trek Into Darkness when that happened 72 times and they were still able to take the vengeance into Earth atmosphere.
Brian, are you going to allow the use of Into Darkness in this game as a defense?
That is an admirable attempt at reverse psychology on Ryan's part.
Well done.
However, it stands. This was a difficulty 5 task. It is a torpedo prototype. The Klingon bird of prey was at an extreme range, but the shields were also up and it was moving away. So because you succeeded at this immensely difficult task, you did manage to detonate, at least in part, as far as you can tell from this distance, the torpedo.
Okay.
But it did not give a full yield detonation. The ship did not blow up entirely. It's still, there as a
dead
Hulk.
in the water.
Yeah, dead in the water, basically. Okay, so you guys have one more turn. You have the 2 other birds of prey still attacking you, but you have one more turn before they get another round of attacking you.
Who does it go to?
All of the player characters have gone, so right now you have Doe and Eel to do something.
So is Eel's tank, did it survive the attack?
Eel is a Bajoran.
You know what?
Whose
I'm
name
doing
just happens to
fine
sound-
down here. If we could just get moving.
Oh, Eel, you're there. Okay.
Is there any way we could just leave? No?
No, your engines are actually damaged because that's what the Klingons targeted.
Yeah. So, quick
Go
question. The engines
Yeah.
are damaged, so we can't, like, run. But I'm curious, are evasive maneuvers an actual thing? I mean, they aren't really, but they sort of are.
Yes, they are.
So like, if Doe is the one who takes this turn and does evasive maneuvers because he's our con officer, and like does that, will that make it harder for us to be hit by the Klingons on their next turn?
Yes, I would have to look it up to confirm. If I'm remembering correctly, evasive maneuvers is an actual action you can take that increases the difficulty of your opponent hitting you on the next turn.
So like, I feel like you should do that or fire back on the Klingons. One of the two. Captain, those are my official recommendations.
Oh, actually, also, you guys have been using power. Remember, each ship starts with a limited amount of power, and you basically have as much power as your ship has before you run out of things you can do. So the Tempest has 9 power max, and let's see, what did you guys all do? You blew up the torpedo. And you changed the shield modulation, so we'll say that's 2 power that you've used.
Which I'd like to point out I could have done because I'm an engineer. But nobody calls on Eel, no.
I love Eel a lot. Also, the birds of prey each used a power to fire at you. So right now, just to recap, the Tempest starts out with 9 power and has used 2, so you have 7 power left. One of the actions you can do is reroute power, which would restore some of those power points.
Okay, and
I don't think we need to do that yet, though.
Okay, so the Tempest has 1 more action left in this turn, and either Doe, Eel, or a third character, if you want to create a third character to do something.
Can we create an insta backstory for Eel about how he's an engineer, but his focus at the academy was tactical combat?
Yeah, actually, I mean, the way supporting characters work is the idea is that they get a little bit more fleshed out every time they show up. So Eel first showed up last mission, where he didn't really do anything except babysit the shuttlecraft.
Because nobody uses me properly.
He played an incredible game of shuttle chess against the Romulan pilot.
I'm pretty sure I won that, too.
So this is Eel's second appearance, so as a result, you can like fill in another piece of his backstory if you want.
Right.
Maddox to Eel!
Yeah, Captain, I'm here.
Isn't it true that on your last assignment you successfully combated against 3 Klingon birds of prey?
One-handed.
One-ended what?
One-handed.
One-handed.
You know, with one hand, yeah.
With 1 flipper, you mean?
Yeah. So what do you need about it?
Eels don't have flippers. You're dead.
You know, one of my focuses is survival. I'll have you know.
That's a good
That's one of mine, too.
Important. Useful.
Okay, so let's
right.
have Lieutenant Eel, who has experience in ship-to-ship
Everything.
combat.
Yeah.
Guerrilla tactics.
There we go. Let's focus
Are you
on...
just looking at mine?
No. That's just what I'd
okay.
built Eel for a while.
Nice.
But we can change all of that if you want. Since
I like it.
yeah.
All right. What am I
Okay, so
rolling?
what is Eel doing?
So Captain, your intention is to fire on them as opposed to evasive maneuvers?
At 100%.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got a focus of electroplasma systems.
Because he's an eel, do you get it?
I get it.
Yeah, we get it.
Also, wouldn't that help me fire something?
It would help you reroute power. It won't help you fire.
All right.
Okay, but you want to use eel to return fire?
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and do that. That will be security plus control.
Oh, that's 13. That's good.
And for the and for the ship, it would be weapons and security, I assume.
Correct.
Oh, what's the difficulty?
So the difficulty. So they're right now in medium range. So are you firing phasers or torpedoes?
Yeah.
Well played, Eel. Well played.
So right now, just to clarify, the birds of prey are in medium range, and each weapon has an ideal range. So the ideal range for phasers is medium range. The ideal range for torpedoes is long range.
Oh.
Anytime a ship is outside the ideal range for a weapon, you increase the difficulty by 1. So if you were using phasers on an enemy at long range, it would start at difficulty 2, and because of the range, that would add a difficulty 1. But if you were using torpedoes on an enemy that was at long range, then you would not add a difficulty level.
All right,
because
so
the ideal range is different.
let's.
Now, one other thing to note is that phasers use a point of power from the ship. So right now you have 7 out of 9. 7 out of 9. If you use phasers, you will use a point of power and go down to 6 out of 9. Photon torpedoes, however, don't require power, so you would stay at 7.
Well, I think all that points to torpedoes, yeah?
I would think so.
No, because we still have 7 power, and you have a focus that'll help us reload power quickly. Eel.
Oh, right. All right, so... Well, but how far away are they?
They're in medium range, so they're in
Medium
ideal
range.
phaser range.
Oh,
at the
for
moment.
phasers. All right, then. Let's do
And
that.
the phaser more powerful as well.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Wait, how do we know that?
I said as much, that they were in medium range.
Also, I like being these two characters because Eel knows dick all about medicine and Teal knows dick all about engineering, so it's great if they that I'm the same.
That's good. I like it.
I feel like they're friends.
Yeah, I
outside
think
of
they
work.
would be. I think, yeah, they hang out a lot.
Teal and Eel.
Teal and Eel.
Pub.
The Teal
Teal and Eel
show.
at the pub.
All right. Well, we just have we now have a side thing for the Patreon backers.
The Teal and Eel show.
It's going to be Tara talking to herself.
That's fine. I do it all day. You have no idea.
All right. Sorry,
Okay.
we got distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many
Okay,
do
so
a roll?
yeah, so you're choosing phasers. Is
Well,
that right?
I suppose that's what everybody said, so we'll do that.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll do that.
Okay, so the power on the Tempest will go down by 1.
Okay. And I roll how many?
Roll difficulty 2,
All right.
and it will be control plus engineering, assisted by the ship's weapons and security.
Control plus engineering. You said security before.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Oh,
security.
do that. Okay.
Yep.
Who's
I mean,
rolling
I
for the
should have
ship?
shut up about it. I gained a point, but that's fine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the ship rolls a critical success. So
Nice.
2
Lovely.
successes.
What
Okay.
do I do? Hey, I got
Oh
2
my
successes.
Well.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
goodness.
I
2
told
momentum
you I'm
back.
useful. I said it over again.
So you have 5 momentum at the moment. Your phaser attack succeeds. So you've got two bird of preys in front of you, one off the port bow and one off the starboard bow. Do you care which one are you aiming for?
Starboard.
Starboard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
So go ahead and roll the damage. So go to
Who,
the
me?
doesn't matter whoever. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
We fucked him up.
Yeah,
so.
that is definitely.
I'm sorry, are we keeping this a family-friendly show? I should probably check.
Nah.
No,
We messed him up.
I don't think so.
I can't imagine myself not cursing all the time.
I'd say let's not make a habit out of it, but
Yeah.
I think
We'll go good play
it's fine.
style. We
Yeah.
forked them up.
Yeah.
Forking shirt balls. I just rewatched Good Place.
It's
by the
so
way.
We
good.
messed
Such
him
a
up
good
real
show.
bad.
I love that
So
show.
good. Okay, so the bird of prey has a resistance of 6. That reduces it down to, has a resistance of 3, which reduces it to 6. That's still a breach. You guys did not target a specific system, so I'm going to roll. So it suffers a breach to its computers.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Oh,
All right.
them. Oh, sure.
Yeah, them.
Good.
Not us.
Okay, well then, hurrah.
Okay, so now now it's back to the birds of prey. First dude is going to attack with his disruptors, so that's going to be a weapon and security. Difficulty 2. And I'm going to spend a point of threat to add to it. Okay, so that successfully attacked, so I'm going to roll for disruptors now.
What's the difficulty on the attack? 2?
2, yeah.
What are disruptors?
Klingon phasers.
So they're medium range as well?
Correct.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. They're close.
So it would have been 3 difficulty.
Yeah. Whoops. Okay, so he misses. All right. You're lucky because he did a lot of damage. Now the other dude is going to fire as well. He's going to spend 2 points of threat to roll 4 dice.
For reference, Captain, I would suggest that if we have to use an extra action to make sure we keep them in medium range would be a good idea.
Agreed.
Okay, so he does succeed in his hit, so he's going to roll for damage.
Oof.
And that is 12 points of damage. Let me roll a dice to determine which... So that is a breach on the structure. So your hull integrity is now down to 82%.
Oh, that ain't nothing. We alright.
I think I messed this up, guys. You don't have a breach. You just have 0 shields, because they did total of 12 points of damage.
But the resistance cuts out 5 of that.
Right. So 7, and 12 minus 7 is 5. So you have 5 points of shields left.
So we're not breached yet.
Yeah, you're not breached yet. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Let's run.
No, we're not running. To hell with that.
Captain, can I suggest running?
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how all this stuff works, because, like, if we're going to try and win versus run... I also don't know what running is going to do for us, because they're just going to chase, I assume. So...
Gives me more time for punch-ins.
Because we attacked the starboard one to begin with.
Yeah, so the starboard one has a breach on it.
So that's the one that's most damaged. So we put it between us and the strongest vessel, and we attack the starboard one again.
Okay, so that would be 1 action. So that would be con and control.
Lieutenant Doe. Con and control, you say, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
And what would that be for the ship?
The ship would be con and engines.
And what difficulty are we doing?
Difficulty 1.
Okay.
The ship succeeds.
Okay.
And Doe... critical succeeds with a critical failure.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But we got
So you
2 momentum back, though.
do get 2 momentum. Do you want to give me a threat or a complication?
I would say threat.
Okay, so I get a threat for later, but you succeeded the task. Okay, so that's Doe's turn.
I'm going to go ahead and fire, then.
Please do.
Okay.
Alright, I will spend 1 momentum to get an extra dice.
Okay.
And what about and I'll roll for the Tempest. What am I rolling for the Tempest?
Security and weapons.
3 successes. So
nice.
I get 1 momentum back and succeed.
And here
Okay.
comes...
Let's see if the ship can get us another momentum.
And this is a difficulty 1 again?
Difficulty 2, and it depends on what you're firing. Firing phasers?
Phasers, yeah, phasers.
Okay. So difficulty 2, they're at medium range.
1 success.
Okay, so you get that momentum back. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, phasers, sure. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, fire! Ooh!
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Whoa.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Bird of prey is damaged, so 8. So it still does a breach. So somebody go on the left-hand side of the screen where it has the bar with the cursor, the box, the paintbrush, and all of that. Towards the bottom is one with the dice, and click the D6 one.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Okay.
I've done it.
Okay.
Good work.
So,
Nice.
okay,
I think,
so you cause a
right?
breach in the communications system of that bird of prey.
So they can't talk to each other.
So at first, all they do is they lose a turn. If you were to cause more communication breaches, then yes, eventually their communication system would be disabled. So you guys also suffered a breach, so that means you have 1 less turn, so you have 4 turns instead of 5 now, until you repair that breach. And you've just used the first one, so now you have 3 more turns left.
Oh, wait. Didn't we, the move counted as a turn, did it not?
Oh yeah, it did. So okay.
So we've done
You've
two
used-
turns. We've done
You've used 2, and you have 2 left.
I'd like to raise a fin over here.
Go ahead,
Do
Eel.
it.
They don't have fins.
Well,
I assume
don't get
that eel.
all
I assume that eel is in some sort of an
technical.
exoskeleton suit, and if so, then maybe there's some fins
Yeah.
and arms. And
Like Minion and Megamind.
Well, he's actually a Bajoran, so other than a wrinkly nose and a weird earring, he looks
Well, I'm
exact.
actually an eel in a Bajoran suit, but never mind.
All right.
I'm very good with repairs and all that, so I think you should tag me in here.
Okay, I agree.
Right, well, should I do the power then?
That's up to you.
Because
Fellas.
Goodspeed could do shields as well.
Wait, what's more
Captain.
pressing?
Yeah, what would be more advantageous in the moment?
I mean, we're gonna do both before the
Okay,
Klingons get to go again. So
then Eel, use your restore power.
All right, ready?
I would say most spend a momentum because we have 8. So
Yeah, agreed.
All right. Yeah, no, that's all right. I'll use 1. Roll 3.
Ooh, nice.
Well, I've got a 0, a 1, and a 2.
All right, 1 critical success and 2 successes.
So that was a difficulty 2, and you got 3 successes.
Yeah.
So you get that momentum back.
Great.
Okay.
good work, Eel.
I said I could fix stuff, didn't I?
Holden likes Eel
Oh,
because he's
good.
real competent.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so now the Tempest has 5 power.
Good. It's nice to have friends and power.
Oh, so that only gives us back 1 power?
I think so.
Because that just seems like
I'm looking
a
that up right
hefty
now.
roll and difficulty for 1 power.
Yeah.
But it could be that way.
I'm looking that up right now.
yeah, you don't want to waste your turns. I punched a guy.
Oh, wait, hold on. Real quick. I found it.
Okay.
On success, the ship gains 1 point of power plus 1 additional power per momentum spent.
Oh, I spent
repeatable.
one.
Oh. Okay.
So, well, I mean, you gained back several, didn't you? Or 1, didn't you?
Yeah, you guys are full up on momentum right now.
Yeah,
So you
so
can
basi-
spend
so-
momentum for additional points.
Yeah, it's not how many momentum you gained in your roll, Tara. It's basically like you succeeded, so you are allowed to pick how many power you want to give, and we just have to pay momentum to do it.
Oh.
Oh,
So you have a maximum of 9. Just succeeding at the roll brought you back up to 5. So you have room for 4 more.
I would say we go as high as we can because what's the we're
We'd
we're
lo-
out we're
we'd
still
lose the-
outgunned right now.
We'd lose the momentum, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
you could spend up to 4 momentum, which would cut your momentum from 8 to 4.
I think that's a reasonable risk.
Well, we're also going to be rolling right after this to try and restore shields as well. So we want to keep momentum to roll there too.
Let's-
This is the
Okay.
risk reward part.
Let's just do
What?
2, yeah?
All right.
Okay.
2?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think 2 probably makes sense. So we're up to 7.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So the Tempest is now up to 7. All right. So that's your third of 4 actions. You have 1 more left.
I do personally?
No, you as the players.
Holden went, Doe went, so it's to Goodspeed or
Or
myself.
the captain.
Does Goodspeed
take it.
want to punch the scientist in the face again?
No, I've done my bit for king and country there.
You did not knock him down last time. So if you want to try to knock him on the deck,
This entire time, there's still a fisticuffs fight going on the bridge.
he's just rubbing his jaw 3 feet away, like still just going, "What the hell, man?"
Well, actually, can I shoot a torpedo?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I like this idea. It's a
Alright.
long-range weapon.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
And I've only got
Um,
how many warboards are remaining here?
Ooh, we can shoot at the other warbird.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, birds of prey, not warbirds.
Whatever.
But yes.
All right.
Yes. So the other bird of prey has a breach, is at long range.
Yeah.
A torpedo attack
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
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 Great.
Let me see. A torpedo attack is control and security difficulty 3, assisted by the ship's weapons and security.
I'll do the ship.
And I'll spend a momentum to get an extra roll.
Okay.
Security, that makes sense. And weapons, okay?
All right. So I am shooting my task roll now. I got 2 successes, 1 failure.
Nice. Can we spend a momentum for the starship?
Sure.
So I'm going to roll 2 dice here and fire. Oh, shit.
Oof.
Wait.
Oh,
You
no.
missed.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so the torpedo goes wide, and it does not hit.
Oh no!
And that is your turn. Okay, so now it's back to.
Should have punched. Can I punch? Can I punch the bird of prey?
Back to the birds of prey. They are both.
That sucks.
Going to disengage.
Oh.
We showed him with that last shot there.
It was a warning shot.
Yes, across their bow.
In the middle of combat.
We'll do it.
Engines. The torpedo really just scared them off.
Oh shit!
So they're both gonna roll. They're gonna do. They're gonna break off and maneuver away. They both succeed. So they both maneuver away and back towards the third bird of prey that was disabled by the torpedo. And then, so they each get 3 actions apiece. So that was 1 action for both of them. The second one is going to do an engineering and computers roll, difficulty of 2, and I'm going to spend a threat. This represents them maneuvering very quickly to get the torpedo, the debris of the torpedo, what remains of the torpedo, aboard.
Fail?
So that was 1 bird of prey attempting it, the one on the right. The second bird of prey is now going to attempt the same thing, and I'm going to spend another point of threat to do it.
You're down to 1 or 2 threat now at this point?
3 at the moment.
3? Okay.
Gonna roll 3 there.
Wow.
Holy Christ
3
almighty!
misses. That is really
They're
something.
inept Klingons.
Wow. What a collection of bagels that is.
These Klingons suck at their jobs. Okay.
This will henceforth be known as the Battle
The
of...
Battle of the Bagels.
the Battles of the Bagels.
Okay, so they each have an action left. But what the hell are they gonna do?
If you could do white flag, that would be awesome.
Or
Get out of here,
what
that's funny.
action is them just looking at each other like sadly?
Oh, you know what they did? They were punching themselves in the face, which is what the problem was.
They went all good speed on it.
Would the birds of prey be interested in a slow game of chess?
The shuttle bay on a bird of prey is exceedingly small, so it would be a very short period of time.
That's fine. That's fine.
Hey, I'm legitimately stymied as to what to do.
Well, didn't you just use your turn? That was it.
I think you just failed.
They both have 1 turn left.
Wait, each bird of prey does?
Yeah,
Oh.
because a non-player character. Oh my god, damn it! Hang on.
Cat.
Well, I think this is going really well, guys.
Yeah. So all we really had to do was unleash a cat on the bridge of the Klingon ship.
Future
Just
tactics.
disabled them. I feel like that should be on an episode of The Orville, right?
Yeah, right.
What, a cat getting distracting everything?
Yeah, no, like them beaming over a herd of cats to like the enemy bridge when they're losing a battle.
Just to fuck with their ship.
Yeah.
So the one dude is going to repair his breach.
His personal breach.
With this New York style bagel.
Difficulty 2, and I'm going to spend yet another threat to replace this.
Ooh, a pink bagel.
Oh.
It has locks on it.
God, Ghost, come on. Okay, so
Critical bagel.
he does successfully repair that breach. Alright, that's it. That is all of their turns.
So they're just sitting there.
Yeah, so they're now still sitting between you and the disabled bird of prey.
But like, story-wise, what just happened?
Okay, so basically what happened is they disengaged from attacking you. God damn it, Ghost. Sorry.
For anyone who doesn't know that's the name of your cat, it sounds
No,
like your apartment is haunted.
I am editing out all references to a cat for this entire podcast.
And just leaving me yelling at a generic ghost.
Some of the talk can work.
Okay.
I want people to hear my Orville pitch.
Yeah.
Maybe Seth MacFarlane will listen to this podcast and be like, we should write that
I'm
in.
sure of it.
Okay, so narratively, what just happened was both birds of prey disengaged from you and then flew back towards their damaged, disabled compatriots.
Give them bagels.
Both of them tried to beam off the remnants of the torpedo prototype from the disabled bird of prey onto their own ships. They both failed. The one repaired its breach, and that was done successfully. And so since they have both failed to retrieve the torpedo remains, they're now still sitting between you, sitting between the Tempest and the disabled bird of prey.
Okay, good. So once we defeat them, we can finally start the mission, right?
Thank you for listening and sticking with us through our first ship-to-ship combat scenario. Next time, we'll wrap up the mission with That Which Is Unknown Part 2. Right now, we'd again like to take a moment to thank all of our supporters on social media and especially our Patreon backers. You are all the best. Every comment, share, or like goes a long way for crew morale. If you're interested in helping us keep the Tempest traveling through the stars, please go to www.patreon.com/StarshipTempest and check out all the fun perks and membership tiers available. As always, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter with the priority one-word clearance code Starship Tempest. We'll see you out there.